Hello, my name is Wendy Callaghan and I'd like to share my story with you. Well, in early 2012, I was a fit and healthy 62-year-old working woman. I was contemplating starting my own business as I transitioned into semi-retirement. The only medication I took in those days was thyroxine, as I do not have a thyroid function, and I also take a Panadol from time to time. Well, the things that make me happy and rock my boat. Top of my list is spending quality time with my gorgeous, gorgeous grandchildren and of course my family. Do long walks, daily exercise regime, swimming, love gardening, reading, love good company, good humour, even if it is a little bit risque. I just love to laugh. I love to be involved with people, just being useful. Also want to play the mouth organ and the saxophone. Draw with charcoals and pencils. Study political science. Travel Australia. Do some whitewater rafting. And most of all, I wanted to buy a motorbike. At the end of 2012, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. By this time, I had undergone a mastectomy of the right breast, 4 rounds of chemotherapy, lost my hair, and I spent a few days in isolation with a high temperature. The treatment itself left you feeling absolutely depleted, lack of energy, tired, moody, not knowing how you're going to feel next. You tasted of your food just tasted like metal, so you weren't hungry, didn't eat. You were encouraged to make sure you kept your weight up because you weren't supposed to lose weight. The chemo staff who administer the chemotherapy, their care and empathy and warmth was absolutely amazing. They were just so caring and carried you through so much of what you were going through. Your breast care nurse, she explained what was going to happen. She explained how I could minimise the effects of the chemotherapy. Once we got home and I started to feel better, I started to look at other things I could do. I went back to part-time work. I even joined a group who did dragon boat racing. That was wonderful. Little did I know of what was coming. Early 2014, with my routine visits, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. And they had to operate and remove the upper lobe of my left lung. That was a shock. I couldn't believe that this was actually happening. Got the results and lymph nodes were clear. Yes! So I didn't have to worry about having chemotherapy or radium treatment. I was all clear. But there was more. The next year, the bottom fell out of my world. I was diagnosed with level 4 terminal cancer from passive smoking. The delivery of my diagnosis by the replacement oncologist was brutal and callous. She showed no empathy, no compassion, just bleh. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I've got terminal cancer and the best I can hope for is 5 years. Oh, this can't be happening. That can't be true. The bottom had just fallen out of my world. I was gutted. And I walked out of that office just, in disbelief. And if it hadn't been for my husband, who's always been there, and he's my rock, and it's that loving support that he gives me that I can deal with these situations. Once my oncologist returned, I can ask him questions. He's wonderful with his answers. He doesn't treat me like I'm silly or asking inappropriate questions. He always answers me honestly and with empathy, and he cares. That's the whole thing that comes across with Redcliffe, is that they care. Absolutely. Because of the care that I was receiving, or still am receiving, from Redcliffe, I saw a brochure on the wall of the Cancer Care Services about community engagement. So I decided that I would like to be involved in that I can help other patients, staff, by listening to other patients, by being their voice to a committee, helping and assisting patients, staff and the health service in the development of policy, ensuring that we're all listening to each other and it will improve for everyone. I really enjoy interaction with other consumers. When I speak to them and I tell them that I am a patient, they open up and they give me any information that I require, their thoughts, their fears, what they want to see out of the system, and then I tell them I can take that back to a committee and then we have representation. The reason for my participation is the people. My hope is to continue my involvement for as long as I am able.